Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, Ava and I are going on our first solo trip, maybe ever. I'm not sure, I was gonna say since the breakup, but maybe ever and since the breakup. I've just grabbed a coffee from Costa, just posted some stuff I've sold on Vinted. Ava's next to me on the seat, you can't see her, but since the well, actually, it's not just since the breakup. For a while, I've been seeing people online do some solo travel with their dogs, either in the UK and Ireland or heading over to Europe, mainland Europe, and doing dog-friendly trips. And I've been like, oh, I'd love to do that with Ava. I'd love to make some memories with her, because she's getting older now. She's not that old, but she's 6, and this year she'll be 7, and I think she'll start slowing down in the next couple of years as she gets older. And I'm like, I'd love to make some more memories, just me and her. Well, it doesn't have to be just me and her, but I've seen lots of solo travel content creators, and I'm like, I want to do that, because it sounds challenging, it sounds at times lonely, but I think everyone who's done it has said that it's the best thing that they've done. They've learned things about themselves, and they've learned to sit with themselves and sit in silence, and they've learned to not worry what other people think. And I'm like, oh, I want that. So whilst I've been wanting to do that, for some reason I've just been delaying it and I've not been doing it. And then I had a very kind lady called Abby drop into my inbox who was like, would you like to come and stay at my holiday cottage in the Purbecks in Dorset? I've never been to the Purbecks. I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe. And then my mum and dad were like, you should do it. And I was like, how many times can I say like? I am a millennial, so we do say like a lot. So I said, well, yeah, go on then. That's so kind. Thank you so much. It's like, are you free? Like, is the house free from Monday to Wednesday next week? She was like, yep, you can come. And I was like, wow, it's so kind of her to offer that to me. She hasn't asked me to film any of it, but I am gonna take you guys along with me because it looks stunning. It's a grade 2 listed cottage in Dorset. I cannot wait. And to be honest, guys, I will be vulnerable with you and say that this has come at a very good time, because I had a bit of a meltdown the other day. When I say a bit of a meltdown, I just completely crumbled, sobbing. My mum was then crying. She was like, I don't know how to help you, and I really want to help you. Basically, and it's not what you'd think. Most people think, oh, you're sad about the breakup. Well, it's probably a culmination of lots of things, but what I've learned since the breakup is that some days I'm sad about the loss of my best friend and my partner. Some days I'm sad about the loss of Fen, my dog, my partner's dog, and now Fen and Ava have split up. Sometimes I'm sad about this, sometimes I'm sad about that. It's not all about one thing, and it had been building up for a bit of time, but that day was like me breaking down about the loss of my life. Like, I've lost my home. I sold my house in London just before Christmas, and then I lost my home with Keegan, although it was his home, but it was my home too. I lost all of that and moved back into my childhood bedroom. I was like, I've got nothing. And yes, if I'm thinking positive, I'm like, well, I still have everything. I've got myself, I've got my friends, I've got my family, I've got my job, I've got money, I can do things, I have options. But losing my home, like my stability, has been actually really tough on me. And I was like, I've got nowhere to go, I've got nowhere to call my own. Yes, I have bought a house, but the sellers haven't found anywhere to move to yet. So it could take months, it could take another year. And I'm really hoping it won't, but I was like, I just don't have my old life. I've not lived with mum and dad for the last 14 years. When I was 20, I moved out, never looked back. I was always a visitor. So moving back has actually been really tough, and it's hard to come to terms with as well, because I love living with my mum and dad. I get along with them so well. Their house is so nice. They've got a lovely house. There's nothing to complain about. My mum and dad cook for me, clean for me, do my laundry. It's like being a teenager again. They do everything. And I don't want to take that away from them, because they really enjoy it. But I love living with them. So it's this weird feeling of like, if I love living with them, then why am I so upset at living with them? And it's like coming to terms with, I think, that loss of full independence. Anyway, I could waffle on about this for a long time. I suppose the only people that might be able to relate are those that have had to move back in with their parents at some stage, which I think there are loads of us. I never thought I'd be someone to live with my parents. I've always thought I would never move back in with my parents, not because I don't want to, but because I had this thing in my mind of, no, that's a step backwards, and I will never do that. Well, here we are. Maybe God is trying to teach me something here. Never say never. But anyway, after that meltdown, my parents were like, let's come up with some sort of routine where you can have some time alone at home, because also I don't leave the house because my job is at home. I will go to London often and go to events, but when I'm home, I'm home. Mum's also home. We've come up with a little routine of how she can have some alone time and I can have some alone time. My mum was like, why don't you tell that lady, that very kind lady who's offered you her holiday home, and say yes and do it next week? So that's what I've done. Anyway, this is a very long intro. I'm sure you just can't wait for me to get there and show you. So I will stop waffling now. I'm going to enjoy my coffee and have a little chat with Ava, and I'll see you when I get there. Right, we have arrived. Look how empty it is. Must be because it's a Monday. Come on, Aves. Well, so I've arrived in a place called Corfe Castle, which this over here is Corfe Castle, but the area, this village, is also called Corfe Castle. And I was just driving through it and I'm about to walk through it now. It's stunning. I actually did come here on a school trip when I was in year 8, so I must have been 12 years old. I've got a little memory of it, but nothing major. So it's basically me exploring for the first time with little Ava. Come on, Aves. It looks so cute. Look at this massive thatched cottage. It already feels like I'm on a little film set in a period drama. Oh, this is just what I've needed. Look at those cakes. They look incredible. So just outside the church, there's this Corfe Castle Parish Council notice board for the residents that live here. How cute is this poster? The annual parish meeting is on the 27th of April. Free tea, coffee and biscuits for all residents welcome. Like, that is so cute. Right, so right here we have the National Trust shop, because Corfe Castle is owned by the National Trust. I am a National Trust member, so I could go in free of charge. Not the shop, anyone can go in the shop, but I could go into the castle maybe. Look at all these roofs. Higgledy-piggledy old houses with roofs. And looking at the castle, this would be so nice to have a drink. This is a pub in the summer, sat here with this view. Stunning. Look at this. So this is called Morton's Manor. That looks incredibly grand and very old. Quite gothic, actually. Look how short these doors are. I'm not even that tall, I'm 5'11". And all of these doors to these cottages are so tiny. They're so cute. This one's nice. Cute with the green windows. Tiny door. Ava, get off the road, come on. What a cute little village. I don't have my National Trust membership card on me, it's in the car. So I might just walk back because, well, the thing is, this is only 2 miles from where I'll be staying, so I could always come back. I don't really know what to do, to be honest. I haven't planned any of this. I'm not really a planner, so I think I will sit and plan, but I think also what I want from this trip is just to relax. Literally, all I want to do is go on like a long 3-hour dog walk with Ava along the coast, stop by some villages, grab some lunch, grab a coffee, that sort of thing. So that's why I haven't planned anything to book anything in, because I don't want to feel busy. I want to feel like fully switched off. But I probably should have an idea of where I want to go. Right, I went and got my membership card. So here we go, Ava, let's look at some ruins. You know what, I do not remember this in the slightest. My memory when someone says Corfe Castle is like, it's not as ruined, and it goes down into a town that is quite bustling and filled with shops, and that one's not. Like, it's literally what I've just shown you. And it reminded me of a novel that I read a couple of years ago, and I'm like, oh, maybe I just imagined it. Maybe I imagined I've conflated two things. I've got my imaginary world from this book I read a couple of years ago, and then Corfe Castle, and I've amalgamated them together. What do you think, Ava? It's quite a view, isn't it? They're obviously doing some restoration work here. This looks like the wall has fallen. I think the best castle I've ever been to is Arundel Castle. It's still a private home, but it's open to the public. Let me spin around. Got tied up by Ava's lead. Or Warwick Castle. Warwick Castle's very nice as well. All fully intact. This is about the size of the 1-bed flat I viewed in London. It's actually not. Lots of you were saying that 1-bed flat was a lot bigger than you thought it would be, and it was. It really surprised me. Double height ceilings, like, it was stunning. But it just didn't give me that wow factor. Ooh, look, second-hand bookshop. Let's have a look. This is what I want to do a lot of this trip, is to go in every single bookshop possible, new, secondhand, find some treasures. We've got here blind date with a book, £2, and it gives you a little clue. Discover yourself at the heart of history, a compelling novel on an epic scale. I didn't get anything. There was nothing that tickled my fancy, not even the mystery one. I've got too many books to risk buying a book that I don't like. So even though I love the thought of it, but I think we're done, aren't we, Ava? I think let's get to our holiday cottage and yeah, see what that's like. There are a few lovely homeware shops, and it just gets me excited for when I finally get the keys to my house to be buying stuff. It is taking everything in me not to buy stuff before I've moved in, although there will be some things that I need to, like a bed and a mattress, but all other things like soft furnishings, even plants, I'm like, don't buy any. I did buy a plant the other day, but I've wanted one of those for ages. It was a variegated monstera, which is stunning, and I can never find them. They're very expensive as well. Fully grown ones are like £200. This was £25, and it's a little baby one, and I found it in a garden centre. So anyway, trying not to buy things, not until it gets closer to completing on the house. You can tell it's getting to spring. Look at all these daffodils. Stunning. And these trees are blooming as well. So pretty. Right, back in the car. I've just wiped her paws, put her blanket on the seat. Good girl, she's got a seat belt in there. I'm just going to take these snacks. Mum gave me some lentil chips. Let's give those a try. Right, we ready for the next step in our adventure? Oh my gosh, do you want a crisp? There you go. Yummy. These are healthier because they're baked. Lovely. Well guys, I've just arrived. Let me give you a tour. I'll show you the outside in a bit. Let me just pop down Ava's lead and the keys. So the front door is in here, and when you walk in, we've got a room to our right, which is the dining room. Look at all this stonework. Dining room over here with a gorgeous log burner. Oh, there's a jigsaw puzzle. This table's stunning. And then come into here. This is the gorgeous living room. Oh my gosh, that fire is what dreams are made of. Look at, like, there's cushions on the window seat. These, oh my gosh, what's this? Books. Is this for me? Joel, thank you for coming to stay in our little cottage. Ava, get off. Good girl, get off. Little cottage in the hills. Here's a few reads for your collection. We hope you have the most relaxing time. Oh my goodness. That is so kind. What have we got? The Faithful Dark by Kate Baumer. I've not heard of that, actually. Catherine, the retelling of Wuthering Heights. I will love reading that. What have we got in here? Some bookmarks. Ooh, Stowaways. I've not heard of that either. Oh, there's some, I love getting new books. This is so kind. This is one of those embossers. That is so sweet. And what is, oh, hot chocolate. Blind date with a book, fantasy, urban fantasy, paranormal romance, enemies to lovers. First in a series. That is so kind. I can't believe that. Let's continue the tour out here. So this, oh my gosh, gorgeous, massive garden. Look at that. Bathroom in here. These tiles are incredible. Look how lovely. Oh, I love the lime wash walls as well. And then in here, oh my God, another goodie basket. Oh my goodness, look at all this. A few treats for your stay. I try to work with and support local Dorset suppliers, so everything here is from somebody very local. We've got honey. Oh, we've got some milk chocolate, sea salted almonds. We've got tea. Is that shortbread? We've got, oh, a freshly baked loaf of bread. A sourdough. Oh my gosh, jam. Is that a beer? A Purbeck Gold. Oh my gosh. Guys, I cannot believe how blessed I am to have this, and the kindness of Abigail to give me a place, not just to stay, but has got me all those goodies, and not just some food goodies, which I will absolutely consume because I'm starving, but some books as well. Oh, I love these rustic stairs. Let's head up here. So this is a 3-bed cottage. Ava's chosen a bedroom already. You're not sleeping up here, darling. You'll be sleeping in the kitchen. Don't go on the beds. That's really cute bunk beds. I would have loved that as a kid. Then in here, we've got a gorgeous bedroom overlooking. Don't jump up, Ava. I'm just preempting. No, this is stunning. Look at the view out there. Waking up to that. So over here, oh, there's books everywhere. This is absolutely brilliant. And then in here is this is the biggest one. And you've still got a view outside when you wake up in the morning. I think I might sleep in here. This is so cute. This is so nicely done. Come on, let's go downstairs. Look, I just chucked my coat on the floor because it got hot when I got overwhelmed with the kindness from Abigail. Should we go out into your favourite part of the garden, darling? Go on then. Wow. Isn't this insane? Oh, they've got an outdoor toilet. That is so cool. They've got a fire pit. In the summer, this would be absolutely incredible. She is loving this. So this is my home for the next 2 nights. I don't know what to do with myself in the best way possible. I'm just like, this is incredible. Welcome to number 9 South Street. Right. Just got a bit tearful. I don't want to be crying online very often. But obviously I'm a bit delicate at the minute, and getting an opportunity like this, like the kindness of someone, a stranger, to say, come to my house and also here are some goodies. I just feel very overwhelmed, but in the best possible way. It's making me realise my life isn't as depressing as it feels it is. And maybe that's funny to you guys, because lots of people have commented on my videos being like, you're doing really well, you're so busy, well done for not being down in the dumps and smashing it, everything's going well. But yeah, that's what I present on camera, because who wants to film themselves being down and out? Yeah, off camera it has been really tough, but so to get an experience like this is just so lovely. I think it's just what I needed. Some alone time, some space, just me and Ava, who is down here. I think she's like, is this our new home? It is for 2 nights. Wow, I just don't know what to do with myself now. I suppose the first step is to unpack and get a grip. Do you know what I mean? Just putting a Pepsi Max in the fridge, and there's also some milk, some eggs, got some smoked cheese. Oh my gosh, halloumi. I've not seen halloumi like this. Smoked Huxley milk halloumi. I'll definitely be trying that. Oh, salted butter and some rich, creamy Dorset brie. Oh, sounds so good. The sun has come out, so I thought, let's go have a look in the garden. Wow, so I'm just trying to get my bearings where everything is. This is what, when I squeal dog wash, but it might not be. I think it's for washing up, for when you're barbecuing outside. Look at this, Ava. Oh my gosh. So this is the back of the house. I think it stops there. I think that's the neighbour. And then this is number 9. So nice. Making yourself at home, are you? So we're at the end of the garden. That is a church over there. There's so many churches. There's one just there, right by the house. Look how gorgeous this is. This would be perfect for me and Ava. Maybe we should buy here. There is actually, in this row of cottages, there is one here that says for sale. So you best believe I'm going to be nosy about that. Wow. I might come and sit down here in the morning with my cup of coffee, look out over the fields and the church over there. That would be nice. Let's hope it's not raining. I want to go and explore the grounds of this church right opposite the house at some stage, maybe after I've eaten my lunch. I was going to still be healthy whilst I was here. I brought with me my simmer ready meals that are high protein, low calorie. But seeing that basket full of goodies, I'm like, I think I might just have cheese and bread tonight and beer. Right, I've just been going through the books in this basket to be like, are they actually for me? But I think they are. Reading the card, Abigail says, here's a few reads for your collection. I'm going to double check with her. I'm going to message her and say how beautiful the house is and double check. So I don't want to take anything that's not mine. It feels extremely generous. It was generous. I can't prop up my phone. What shall I put you? It feels generous enough just to be able to stay here, let alone these goodies. I've just gotten excited, guys, because this, the blind date with a book, I've seen these on Instagram before. It comes with like a little hot chocolate. And then look, there's a bookmark, the mysterious bookcase. And I was like, why do I know that? Well, it's a new bookshop that's opened. I followed them on TikTok and I've just realized I think they're based near here. And they must be, because that's probably where Abigail has gotten this from. It's got a tea bag as well. Oh, lovely. Yeah, the mysterious bookcase. We're going to have to go there, aren't we? But should we open this together? So it's a fantasy. What did it say? Urban fantasy. Let's have a look. Ooh, it's called Obsidian. Look at that, Ava. Ava wishes she could read. I can read to you, darling. So it says, when Katie moves to West Virginia right before her senior year, she pretty much resigned herself to thick accents, dodgy internet access, and a whole lot of boring until she spots her hot new neighbor. But he's not what he seems. Damon is infuriating, arrogant, stab-worthy, alien. But when a stranger attacks Katie and Damon freezes time to save her, something unexpected happens. He marks her. Turns out Damon and his sister have a galaxy of enemies, and Damon's touch has Katie lit up like the Vegas Strip. The only way she's getting out of this alive is by sticking close to Damon until the alien mojo fades. That's if she doesn't kill him first. That sounds so cool. I think I'm going to really enjoy that. I love that. Like I said, how funny, guys, that I went to Corfe Castle, saw sort of those mystery books, and I was like, it's too much of a risk to take when you've already got a big collection. Actually, this risk has paid off. That is so generous. Thank you so much. Look at these goodies. Oh, better than some book gifts. And some lovely bookmarks. Trust your soul. You are enough. Let it be. And you are entirely up to you. You know what? That is exactly the messaging I need after a breakup. Oh, wow. How lucky am I? Oh, it's not hot chocolate. It's an actual chocolate bar. That will do us for dessert tonight, won't it, Ava? Well, not you, because you'd die, because you're not allowed chocolate. She's such a good girl. I bought her ball with her and she's loving it. I just can't get enough of this house, guys. It's literally the dream. Like a window seat. Oh, there's a car. This is actually a very, very quiet road. I've not seen any cars. That's the first car, bar me, I've seen on this road. But look, there's a church out there. We're gonna go explore, but this is just absolutely stunning. Annoyingly, I do have some work to do, so I actually need to do that first. So I'll do that, eat my lunch, and then take Ava for a walk somewhere. I've just messaged the owner just to say thank you so much. Also, I'm hoping this environment, having some time off, will re-inspire me and invigorate my creativity, because just since the breakup, I've just lost all creativity. I'm just about getting back, obviously, the ability to read. Oh, there's a pheasant. Cutie. He's gorgeous. Anyway, yeah, just about got back the ability to read. I'm really getting into it again now. I read 70 pages yesterday. I read 70 the day before, and I'm like, yes, I'm on a roll. I'm just about getting back the ability to think about new content for YouTube and Instagram, which is great because that's how I earn a living. But there was a project that I was working on since August last year. I've just completely been derailed. I don't find, it's hard to talk about it without telling you what it is, and I don't want to tell you what it is. Maybe some of you will guess, but it's just derailed me completely, and I now hate it, hate that project, and I'm like, nope, and I feel like I'm starting from scratch. And I have some new inklings of ideas that I'd like to work on. Sorry, this is cryptic. Anyway, but I'm hoping that this environment is going to reinvigorate me. I know it's only 2 nights, 3 days that I'm here, but hopefully it's enough time to rest, relax, recuperate, heal, but also heal creatively and hopefully get some creative juices flowing. So here's the house. This is it. On 9 South Street. It's so gorgeous. Oh, and it's the next door neighbour actually that's for sale. Isn't that stunning? Oh, and it's empty. Is it? Let me just double check before I film in the windows. Yeah, it is. You can't quite see. There we go. Wow, that would be a nice little project, wouldn't it? Or maybe it's not empty. Oops. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. I mean, that room looked completely empty. I just shoved my camera up against the window. Never mind, run away, run away. Oh dear. Already making enemies of the neighbours. Right, work done. So just thought I'd take Ava on another little walk. That's what I want this trip to be, is just loads of walks for Ava. I want her absolutely exhausted. I want me exhausted from all these steps. This is exactly what the doctor has ordered, guys. Exactly. Stunning. So this is the church opposite the house. So the house is just there, and this is the big church. I was just reading a bit about the history of this church, and it was quite interesting. I think this was the main church. Unless I've got this wrong. There's 2 churches in this village called Kingston. There's one down the bottom that you saw at the end of the garden, and then there's this one at the top of the hill. And I think, I might be wrong, But I think, my memory is so bad at the minute, but I think the story was that this was the main church, but lots of elderly people would find it hard to come to church because it's at the top of the hill. So they built another church where they could get to, which I thought was really interesting. It's so peaceful. So opposite the church here, this is the old post office. It's got that red letterbox there, which is still in use. But yeah, that used to be a post office. It's now someone's private home. These are very cute cottages as well. Wow, it's like going back in time. So this is the other church, but it's now a private home. You can see they've put stairs in there. What a lovely project for someone. Wow. You never know, maybe one day I will buy something like this, like a church, and turn it into a house. What a cool YouTube channel that would be. I wasn't sure where to go because there's no path here, but look, here we go. This is a sign if you're in the British countryside that you can walk through. There's a public footpath. It says keep your dog on a lead around livestock. And look, there's a little dog entrance. Wanna go through there? Go on in. Can you squeeze through? Come on. Right, I'll jump over here. Oh gosh. How do you do this while you're filming? Ugh. Good girl. Let's go. Capture this on camera, it just looks like cloudy, but those are clouds and mists hanging over there. You can see the sun there, and then in the distance that is the sea. Obviously on a clear summer's day this would be completely different, but it's so captivating even like this. It's one of those views that just does not translate on camera. I looked at that on camera, I was like, it looks like nothing, but right now it's taking my breath away. Go on then, where is it? Pick it up. Go on. Good girl. Wow, big strong girl. Guys, I'm gonna sit here. I've just been vlogging for my members. I'm gonna have a little open and honest chat with my members here. What a romantic backdrop. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely gonna cry. If you want to see that chat, then consider becoming a member. Yes, I am self-promoting, guys, because a guy's got to earn a living, do you know what I mean? Bonus members only videos, they're ad-free. If you want to hear me and Ava have a little emotional chit-chat whilst looking at this stunning scenery, then click join next to subscribe. Right, we're now on a path being watched by sheep. I'm gonna keep Ava on, but look at this. Sorry, this vlog is probably mostly scenery, but who wants to look at my ugly mug when you can look at all this? Look at this rural house, all by itself. I think it looks like 2 cottages, although it might be knocked into one, but that was definitely built as 2 cottages. But so rural. Right, I'm gonna use this outdoor shower. I bought Ava shampoo, bought her a towel. Come on then, let's give you a shower. Ava, this way. Andy, come here. We need one of these. A warm outdoor shower. They'll normally hose you down with freezing cold water. I just nipped to the shops and she had a nap. I put the dog blankets all over the sofa. Did you have a nap? You good girl. Yeah. Are you excited to be on holiday? I am too. I've locked the front door. We can settle down now and have a lovely evening by the fire. So what I decided to do for dinner, I was going to eat out both nights. Then I was like, you know what? I'll eat out tomorrow night. Seeing as Abigail was so generous in leaving all of these goodies. I've got the bread, I've got olives, there's all sorts. There's cheese and homemade butter from the farm shop in there. I was like, let me get some wine. Here we go. There is a beer in that basket as well, so I'm going to have that. What a boozy evening. Going to have some wine. I got a few crisps and I got some meats and charcuterie meats. So I'm going to have meats, cheeses, bread. It's just going to be like a picky tea. I love it. I don't know if anyone from like other countries calls it this, but in the UK we call that a picky tea or picky bits. Love it. Are you hungry? Come on, you've done a lot of steps today. Yeah, you deserve it. Come on in. Oh, starving. Anyone would think you've not been fed before. You're a starving street urchin. Ridiculous. Right, shower done. I've been prepping my food. I fed Ava. She's coming trotting through. Now the next task is to light this. Let's first consult the instructions in here just in case there's a proper way to do it. Although I didn't have a log burner in my old house in London, but I did have a real fire. So I think I'll just make it the same way I used to make that. Ava, you're gonna need to move. I know. Right, I think I've started it. I'm just gonna made a pile of all the kindling and then I can start putting some logs on. One comes at me and says, that's not how you do it, it's how I do it, okay? It's also fun. This is going to be me the rest of the evening. And what's exciting, guys, is the house that I have bought has a log burner. So yeah, I need to learn how to use a log burner. I do think that they are easier than an open fire because you shut the door and it sort of whooshes it up and I think it lasts a bit longer, but this isn't boding well, is it? I need to learn. Now this is a picky tea and this is exactly what I need. Not the news, I'm going to change the channel. I've got some wine over here as well. I can't find any coasters. I've got my books over here. These are the books. I want to start reading this whilst I'm here. I'm already started reading this. This is my non-fiction book I'm reading at the minute. And then I've got about 200 pages left of House of Flame and Shadow. So I'd like to get them all done. Ava, step away from the picky bits. Got a glass of wine. Look, I think I've done it. The fire is roaring. Woo!
Oh.